Cool. Fun stuff.
Anyway,
Fun
let's
times.
go and attempt to kill Ansem as quickly as possible.
Okie dokie.
And we'll see his dialogue where they, he talks about smells for a little bit.
Marluxia!
Marluxia. Oh, yes.
I
have to be this woman. Now, a couple things to note really fast, since you've seen a little bit of Sora moving around the map. Riku is, well, after the loading screen ends.
We had a loading screen?
Yep, because it's a big room. He is noticeably faster than Sora is.
Cause he's cool.
And he can jump like twice as high, I think, or more.
Cause he's cool.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you, but I'm just saying we're just having a look at him really fast. And he doesn't do like a full flip when he climbs up onto things, because he doesn't need to exert himself that much. He just does a quick little whoop, there I go, I'm up on top now. He's not trying to be stylish about it, he's just doing his job, going through the motions of life. Any enemies? They're all dead, probably. Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. We've seen plenty of standard combat in the game, and we all know what Riku plays like if you watch Reverse Rebirth, so it's more of GBA combat, except with less interesting stuff going on. A better combat system with less interesting things happening. Even there, he just kind of like lifts his legs up and like kind of flips over it instead of doing a full spin. Because he doesn't need that. Nobody needs that.
Hey. Here we go.
Come on out, Ansem. I can smell you. Okay, now I get the opportunity now to try and do the Billy Zane voice instead of the replacement voice that he has in Chain of Memories. So let me remember how he sounds really fast. Let me do some lines in character as him. All things begin in darkness, and also end. Such is its nature. Take a look at this tiny place. To the heart seeking freedom, this island is a prison, surrounded by water. And so this boy sought to escape from his prison. Right now I'm in character.
The fact that you know all of that.
Oh, I know what you can do. Your skill with darkness has matured. But I do not understand. Why accept the darkness and still refuse me? You and I are similar. We both follow where the darkness leads. We exist in the same space, so why deny me? Perhaps some part of your heart still fears the dark. I like his portrait a lot. It doesn't look like, at least, especially in the face, it looks less like an anime character, more just like a person. Wrong. The truth is, you just really stink. Which is, in the other one, like, because they got the longer Japanese lip flaps, he just goes, I just can't stand your foul stench, which is too much.
No.
So you just really stink is
Yeah.
way better. You just really stink. You're a fool to choose a fight with me. You've been conquered by me once before. You should know what sort of power you face. Oh, I do. I used all the power you had to give and still lost to Sora. I'm not impressed. Very well. Then sink into the dark abyss. Before you drag on yourself on that note, I really like Riku's smirking, smiling face is just, I don't know, I hit the wrong button. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
anyway, so we can actually hear Billy Zane voice again. Because we've got his sound bites in here, as we learned in the end credits of the last one. No, Riku, don't do that. Wah, yes. Nope, don't do that. Get it? Nope. Okay, that was not good.
Now yeah, he does have the dark thing. I kept looking for it for Sora, but it's not Sora, it's Riku that has the dark thing. Okay.
You tried your best. Now he has a tendency to guard Dark Aura here, so it's not as useful as it is in the PS2 version or as it is against mob fights in this game, but you can use it. Stop that!
Submit.
Hey Mickey. Oh, what am I doing? I got all kinds of friend cards that I could be using right now, like my old friend Maleficent. Yeah, Ansem, that's fine. You can do that. Man, look at that. He's such a badass. He's so cool. Riku's so cool.
He's the best.
He is now. So when you hit him with that second one, I think that was in the PS2 version too, if you hit with the second one, it's a consistent, like, stun. It even works against the boss here, but, like, the second hit in in Riku's Dark Mode combo has a stun effect, and then the second one will break people out of it, but whatever. Now, don't break that, you fool. Okay, he broke it. That's cool.
Hey!
I didn't mean for that to be a rhyme. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know that I was rhyming those words. Let's get going, Riku. Let's do it.
Ooh, that green bar got small right as I looked up at it, and I thought he just drained it in one hit, and I was like, oh!
Like, it was just like a big animation of, like, just completely destroying him.
Yeah. No,
that's gonna hit his guard. No, he turned around so I could hit him. Very nice. I appreciate it, Ansem. You're a real pal. You're a real bro.
But I was looking at, like, our bar, like, I thought he had killed us in, like, one hit, and I was just
gotcha.
Like,
okay.
Oh no. You said this was gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. Watch, Aidan.
Oh yeah, we're doing great. We're doing much better than the Marluxia fight.
I wanted to kill him with Dark Aura, but it looks like I'm not gonna be able to do that now. Okay, nope. No, I am. If I can just find, do I have any 9s left? Do I have any? Does anybody see any 9s?
Hey! You were on them.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry. Shut up, you fool. Okay, now I'm out of Dark Mode again. That's cool.
Oh, hey.
Okay, now I've lost my healing.
Just kill him.
That's what I'm doing.
Just kill him.
We're abandoning killing him the cool way. We've learned the folly of my ways in past playthroughs. Nope. I wasn't trying to kill him the cool way. I was just trying to be ready.
So close.
That was not me dying because I was trying to kill him the cool way. I was fully committed to just doing it, but I had
wasted too much.
After I stunned him, I was like, okay, let me make sure that like I have it in a position where I'm actually going to be able to kill him. And too late now. One disadvantage of GBA is we can't skip cutscenes. We can mash through them, but there's no like just press start to skip option anymore. No, the reason I know all of Ansem's dialogue from the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1 is because I've watched the ending so many times from editing and from also just watching it for funsies, because Billy Zane kills it as that character. But you know, so I know some of the dialogue, and that's my go-to scene for practicing my Ansem Billy Zane voice, which I don't think is a high quality impression. Before anybody thinks that I'm bragging, it's just like that one, the line where he's talking about he's like mocking Riku, you know, and the island. That's like the one that's my go-to, like. Because that's the difference between the later voice actors, just like, listen to me, I have a deep voice and I am evil. And Billy Zane's has like, not to play on what you were talking about earlier, but kind of a sensuousness to it. And it's a softer, with like more sinister voice than just straight up villainous.
See, to me, anytime I'm having, like if someone were to come up to me and threaten me in a soft voice, I'm gonna be so much more scared.
Because they're confident.
Exactly. They don't have to be loud. They don't have to be macho. They don't have to be grand. And hey, I'm a big bad boy. Look at me.
That's something me and Joey talked about in our discussion of Final Fantasy 15. Part of why the villain of that game is so successful is because he has this supreme confidence no matter what's going on.
Yeah. You just like sensuous Billy Zane. God, I feel disgusting. Like, that to me is a much more effective characterization of this dude who, like...
Especially, this, like, you know, he's a king, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's a king, he's got subjects. He conned people into letting him experiment on them, doing God knows what to create these Heartless. And, like...
He'd have to be a charismatic, sexy dude.
I'm laughing. I didn't tell you this. Okay. So, where I work, there's a janitorial staff, and on the janitorial staff there's a guy, and he never does his job, and he just hangs out outside where I work all the time, and we talk. And he came over there, and we were talking about, like, the Florida man meme that went around a while back, where it's like every time someone did something crazy in Florida, they never released names. It was just Florida man.
Yes, Florida gentleman does whatever.
And so, I was like, you know, if they ever tried to make that like a thing again, I feel like he would be really similar, like as a character to Deadpool, where it's just kind of this reckless, like does not care what happens to him because it is of no consequence whatsoever.
Who?
Deadpool.
Oh yeah, no, but like who would be like Deadpool?
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
If
Okay.
they made it a thing, Florida Man would be like Deadpool.
Got it.
And the guy was like, well, you know, the last person that was, you know, was well known was a figure from Florida that did things like this. Jumped out of a courthouse and then, like, escaped. He was being held in custody in this courthouse. Jumped out of it, injured himself doing so, and then got a cop to drive him home. And that night killed 2 more people, and that man was Ted Bundy. And I was like, you have to admit here, and I'll let you censor this, so just note to Jacob, censor this. I went, well, you have to admit, Ted Bundy is a charismatic. And so when you said, like, and then he kept trying to be like, no, Aidan, that's an unacceptable thing to say. And so the rest of the night, like, anytime he would walk by where I work, he would pull somebody else over and be like, hey, did you know that Ted Bundy is a charismatic? And they'd be like, yeah. And like, and at this one point, he pulls over this guy, and I've had 1, maybe 2 now. I might have, not counting last night, I've had 2 conversations with this guy.
For some reason, the way you were like 1, maybe 2, I was like, she's about to say she just had 1, maybe 2 drinks. I was like, what is she about to say?
Okay, we'll do this and we'll come back to it.
No, please go ahead.
Okay, but he pulls over this guy who I've had, like I said, maybe 2 conversations with that were more than you doing good, or hey, can I borrow some air freshener because a kid just shit his pants in my store. Because I had to do that one time. Anyway, I have not had a lot of interaction with this guy, and the first guy calls this other guy over, and is. He goes, hey, do you know Ted Bundy? And he goes, he knows the story that the first guy opened up with of jumped out of a window. He jumped out of a 2-story window in a courthouse. He cripple wobbled his way to a gas station, got to the gas station, got the cop to drive him to his house. He kills 2 people that night. The next morning, the cop comes back to check on him, and he drives Ted Bundy to his car, and then Ted Bundy drives back to his house. With 2 dead people in his house.
Yeah. Well, you mean, you know,
like,
it takes a while for dead bodies to smell that bad.
Like, oh, you don't think that there was some sort of, like, alert out for this dude who jumped out of a 2-story window and like, hey, he's probably got a leg injury. Like, just what? My car's parked right outside of police impound. Could you like how do you how? Well,
you can get away with it when you're Billy Zane.
When you're a kid. Okay. Alright, that's so when you said, yeah, he's really charismatic and I laughed really hard, that was why.
Okay. Insolent brat. Handsome! You're finished. Hardly finished. I gave you the dark. My shadow lingers. I feel like I'm starting to go too far into Chain of Memories, Ansem. So I'm just trying to back up to Billy Zane Ansem, and I went too far back. I'm not a character now. I can't have the voice anymore. I need to be able to hear the lines.
Do your monologue again. That worked well the first time.
Hardly finished. I gave you the dark. My shadow lingers.
Your face looks like you're in pain when you do this.
I'm in character as Billy Zane. He's down on the ground and injured from Riku slashing through his chest. Someday, I will return. There he go.
There he goes.
There he goes again. Hopefully he won't be back.
Fingers crossed, man.
I know you wanted to do... Okay, whoa, hold on, I can do this. Oh-ho! Gosh, fellas, I'm Mickey Mouse. Oh-ho! Give me one to get in character as this guy, too. Oh-ho! Alrighty, then. Alrighty. I know you wanted to do this alone, but you wouldn't mind a little help, right? That's probably too much. I gotta find the right mode there. Let's go, Riku! So, Riku, what's next? Are you going home? I don't know if I can. It's still there. His scent. It's faint, but not gone.
Have you never, like, hung out with someone and then realized that you still smelled them on your shirt even though they were nowhere around you?
The Ansem was inside of him.
Yeah, so you don't think that his scent would still be there even though he's gone?
Look, there's more than just that. From like on like a thematic level, didn't Riku do some bad stuff in the last game?
Yeah.
He's got a
little bit of dark too, but apparently all darkness smells different.
He's got to make sure that he's got his crap sorted before he goes home. All right?
I mean, sure, but like it's not even like a person thing. When if you throw away some shrimp, right?
Yes, please continue, Aidan.
Look, listen.
Continue. I didn't stop you. Continue. Good, please continue.
If you throw away some shrimp when you're cooking dinner and then you leave it in the garbage overnight, when you wake up in the morning, your whole house is gonna smell like nasty shrimp. And you can take your garbage out if you want to. But it does not mean that your house does not smell like nasty shrimp because you left it in there too long and the smell spread. I almost couldn't say that because I'm frustrated. The smell spread, and your house still smells like nasty shrimp.
But this isn't just like... And that's the point.
The smell lingers.
But in this case, it's not nasty shrimp. It's blood. There's blood on his hands.
Okay,
of participating in Maleficent's evilness and kidnapping the princesses and putting Sora and Kairi through all that crap.
There's no reason he can't go home. It'll go away. It's just the lingering smell. The air needs to run through it and get that smell out.
Aidan, the smell is an excuse. He's got to get his crap sorted.
I don't like the smell element of this game. I hate it.
And clearly nobody else did because it's gone after this.
Good.
I mean, maybe it'll show up in Kingdom Hearts 3 again.
Stop.
His darkness may still have a hold on me. Your darkness belongs to you, just like your light.
Oh, my face hurts.
Until now, I thought darkness was nothing but bad. But my time with you made me change my mind. Which is there's in the PS2 version of this. The way that like his syntax is, it's like he's talking like Yoda almost. Like he has to stop every 3 words. Like he's like and plus the line, just the way that he delivers it is weird. He says, "Up until now, I thought that darkness was something that should never exist. But then I spent time with you and changed my mind."
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Mm-hmm. What? It's just like the way that it's said is so bizarre, and it's like worse. Like the delivery is worse than that. So like I don't know. I don't know. The writing here is a bit cleaner. But my time with you made me change my mind. You've chosen a road I never thought of. Light and dark, back to back. With you, they mingle in a way no one's ever seen before. I want to see where that road leads. And if it's okay, I want to walk the road with you. Wow, Your Majesty, I don't know what to say. Thanks. Oh, you don't have to call me that, haha. Fair enough, Mickey. I also like the big smile.
Yeah.
I don't know
if that's something we've ever seen before.
You see that on him when Sora talks with the memory version of Riku in Destiny Islands.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that this is the first time that he has any reason to make that kind of face in his own campaign. Maybe like he makes that face when he first meets with Mickey, but like either way, it's a big ending moment for him. He's climbed the mountain. He's gotten out. He took care of it.
What are you wearing?
No, remember Diz gave those to them, remember? Diz gave them the outfits?
Yeah.
He said that this will help you remain undetected by the organization.
Yeah.
And again, music here, even though there was no music in the PS2 version.
And who is this boy?
That's Diz. It's Dad Boy.
It's Dad Boy.
You answered your own question. It's Dad Boy. I like the big victory music here. What are you making me choose now? Because this played during the post-credits scene with Sora and his crew, when they ran off into the fields. Riku's getting to do the same thing now. The music makes it way better. Even though it doesn't fit perfectly, just the idea of it is better. You mean the Twilight Road to Nightfall?
The Road to Dawn. I can't believe I remembered that.
And we got the music again, which is the same as it was previously. But, so again, we've also got renders here for stuff that didn't happen, because he didn't get the rendered opening cutscene. He only has the rendered outro cutscene. So we get that, get this nice render of Maleficent activating all of her crazy magic stuff.
Yeah. The thing with Beast was, shoot.
Yeah?
That was in Riku mode, not Sora, right?
No. The only people we meet are villains in Riku's mode, remember? We don't meet any of the good guys.
Right, but I was...
He has cutscenes where he talks with Maleficent, but Sora has a whole series of events with with Belle and Beast and whatnot. Okay. That's another bit of Twilight Town that doesn't exist because it's based on how it looks in GBA that didn't exist in the PS. Later on, we're going to see Twilight Town for realsies. There's Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm happy with the music choices I made during that fight. That's all I'm gonna say. There's Kairi in the little sequence where Naminé is talking to him as Kairi. Ansem with some kind of unique background.
Gosh, I still flip back and forth between really, really despising her and being like, no, my sweet
Why are we still here with you? You gotta get this stuff sorted out, man. I don't have any conflicted feelings about the Kingdom Hearts franchise. So you gotta get your stuff together.
I'm gonna wait for further information before I make up my mind about how I feel. Never mind the fact that I literally cried. Never mind. And that's now
and we have our final shot of her with Sora in stasis. Yeah. Left alone in the castle again, might I add.
Don't worry about it.
Left alone to take care of them.
Don't make me cry. I can't take it.
Riku does this little victory pose. He doesn't... Remember in the PS2 version where he wags his finger?
No.
In the PS2 version when he levels up, he swings his Keyblade around and wags a finger like he's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And in this one, he just swings it around a couple times and then puts it over his shoulder like he did a second ago, which is infinitely cooler. But yeah, so we get, as we remember from the PS2 version, this time around we see all of the villains show up instead of our friends and good guys. Okay. And I'm gonna watch the credits more carefully for the thing that I wanted to talk about because it's hilarious.
Is it gonna be in this one?
Oh yeah, it's the same credits. I noticed it both times around.
Oh, okay.
So I know that it's here. I'll just have to watch out for it carefully.
Okay.
Synthesizer editor, dialogue editor. So this is all sound. So dialogue editor would have been for all of the battle grunts because there was nothing in any of even the cutscenes didn't have any dialogue in them.
Yeah.
There were sound effects of the footsteps and you heard the crickets in the background and whatnot. So there was stuff though.
Was it?
I like Zexian's sprite. His hair looks really crazy in this version. Lexius, it's fine, I guess. I like the fact that his chin is so pronounced. I'm sorry, you were gonna say something?
It was Shovel Knight that had the crickets, yeah?
No, yeah, there was that there. Gilbert Gottfried. Also, I like the pedal coming down into his hand and the scythe appearing.
Yeah.
In GBA, it's ooh, that's neat. In the PS2 version, when it does it, it's overproduced and there's big, the camera zooms in on the pedal falling into his hand and then zooms out. In the PS2 version, in the GBA version before his boss fight, he's just kind of standing in front of you and you haven't seen his weapon before, I don't think, and he lifts his hand up and a pedal lazily drifts down into it in the wide and then the scythe appears and it's, I don't know, I personally think it's more effective. But whatever. If you did that in the PS2 version with a really wide shot, maybe in a close-up to establish the pedal falling, then wide, really quiet, it falls down, it lands in his hand, scythe appears, and then the music pumps, that probably would have been pretty effective. I don't know why Hook is freaking out. He's just a panicked person in general.
I agree. Which is, he's totally...
Did I miss it again? I think I missed it again.
I've been watching the characters. Or is
it wasn't characters, it's something in the credits. I missed it again. I was looking at something else and I totally overlooked it. I will back up and show it now. Basically, there's a bit where, it says there's a couple of employees listed who are from different companies, right? And in the parentheses, it shows the companies that they work for. There's 3 of them there, like the ones we're seeing on screen right now, Detsu Inc. And this one spot in the credits, it says okay, there's a guy and his name is there, right? And then there's another guy with his name and the company name, and then down at the bottom there's a guy with a name and the company name. Except the guy in the middle, his company name isn't there. In parentheses, it says add company name or drop company name. Somebody forgot to put in the name of his company into the credits.
Nice!
Unpatchable. It's a GBA game. You can't fix that.
Yeah.
So there's a spot in the English version of the credits where they forgot to add in the guy's name, and there's literally sample text.
That is amazing.
Anyway, And then you may recall in the ending of Riku mode on PS2, we got a cutscene of a mysterious blonde man in Twilight Town.
Yeah.
And I was fine with Joey. Like, you remember, there was a bunch of stuff that I stopped Joey from seeing. I blocked on screen because I said, "Oh, this is spoilers. We can't show this yet."
Mm-hmm.
This is what we see in the GBA version, which, you know, it's what they decided to show. So I don't consider this to be out of order or a spoiler. So a really nice shot of the clock tower that we saw in the establishing shot of Twilight Town and in the little menu thing. And a character standing up on top of it, looking out at the sunset.
His hand is really big.
His hand is very large. It shrinks later. Don't worry. Walking the road without you. Don't. To remake Forgotten Promises. Don't go there.
I'm not going to. Wasn't planning.
And meet you at Road's End.
Hey.
And then there we have the art of
Sad
both of them
boys.
in their poses. Riku's so muscular. Look at
Like,
him.
that's a little bit
His
of...
arm is bigger around than Sora's waist.
Wow, Wow, I had never noticed that before.
He's so ripped, man.
Just...
Such a badass.
Why?
Why what? He works out. Gotta get swole,
I'm sorry.
as they say.
No, I don't. I don't know.
I mean, that's not how his model looks. It's just the art makes it look more pronounced with the harsh black lines to make it, like, clear what's going on.
I also feel like he's 15? Yeah?
Yeah, he's 15.
I don't feel like a 15-year-old should have the hormones to support that sort of muscle growth. Kid's juicing.
He rose to that island every single day, right? Do you even lift? He doesn't lift, he rows. He rows every day. He rows to the island, he rows back. Sometimes he rows with other people in his boat. He rows up, like, if there's a hole in somebody's boat, they're like,
Wow.
"Hey, my boat has a hole in it. Riku, could you give me a lift?" He's got to row multiple people, extra weight. Super ripped. I guess that's the end of Chain of Memories. Forever, hopefully, now. The other one's done. We're done with this. Aidan, what did you think?
I cried. I can't believe I cried again.
Did you cry the first time in Chain of Memories this ending?
Pretty sure I did.
I remember you saying that you cried at KH1's ending, but I don't remember you getting upset at this one.
I don't even know how many times I've cried.
Tears did not run
Tears
down your
didn't
cheek.
fall,
You just got a little watery-eyed. That's
but-
fine. I get watery-eyed at stupid stuff that shouldn't even get watery-eyed at. There's a sequence in Porco Rosso where he's leaving Milan, and he's just flying over landscapes and nothing is happening, and my eyes always get a little bit, not always, but often get a little bit watery. Nothing's happening in the story. It's just like, oh, it's so pretty. I'm like a sociopath in real life who has no, like, emotions and can't communicate with other human beings.
That's not entirely
But as soon as
accurate.
I'm in media, like, it just really stuff gets me hard. It's not entirely accurate.
Not
Says
entirely
Aidan?
accurate.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, I don't feel like I'm not allowed to judge my own situation here. I was gonna say that I don't think I would hang out with sociopaths, but given my history,
Who knows? You did hang out with Ted Bundy, right?
he was charismatic.
All right, but in all seriousness, what did you think of just like the GBA version comparatively?
I definitely
production-wise?
think that a lot of, as we've talked about before, I think a lot of this dialogue just comes across better.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's always the ability to go around, like you can perceive it how you want to.
Yeah,
it's written like that, and when you have the little
yeah.
faces, you can kind of put, your own spin on it.
And I feel like that kind of made some of the clunky what is going on here go away. The fact that we could just not take 3 years to say you smell bad.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change the fact that we're really concerned with the smell thing.
You're too hung up on this smell.
I can't. I mean,
they're concerned about it. You're too concerned about it. You're really hung up on this smell thing.
I am. It bugs me. It makes it not.
I think that the entire smell thing is totally worth it just for the Naminé Marluxia scene that we came up with. If you don't know what we're talking about, you should go check out our discussion of Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories. It's posted over on the main channel. I think that like justifies the entire thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that all of the awkwardness of that is totally worth it for us inventing that scene.
Okay.
But I don't know, like the artwork in this game is great. I think it's really charming and cute, and like the little Sora running around in the field looks nice. I feel like this is much better suited to this platform than to the PlayStation 2.
I agree.
Now here's an interesting thought, Aidan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what the actual install base was at this time. The PS2 is one of the best-selling consoles of all time.
Okay.
For a number of reasons. There's actually, I think, like, the last game produced for the PS2 was, like, FIFA 2012 or something like that. And the reason being that the PS2 still has an incredible install base in South America. So they kept producing new FIFA games and football games for it. Football being international football, not American football, until well after the PS3 and 360 were like old systems. They were still producing these select couple of games because there was so much money coming out of the Latin American market for that stuff, because it has a really good install base down there. I mean, it has a good install base everywhere. At the time that this game came out, I'm not sure what kind of numbers the PS2 had. Like I said, it's one of the best-selling ever, behind like the Wii and stuff like that. The Game Boy Advance also sold decently. I think it didn't sell as many as the original Game Boy and Game Boy Color units lumped together, and I know it didn't sell as much as the DS, because the DS has absurd sales figures. But consider that in like 2004 or so, even disregarding the install base thing, just different markets and different people owning different things, a lot of people saw this game with Disney characters on it and owned a Game Boy, but did not own a PS2, and this was the first, and in some cases only, Kingdom Hearts game that they played. Just consider how weird things about this would be to step into as your first entry in the series.
Yes.
Now, granted, after the whole "we've got to find Riku and King Mickey" thing kind of goes by the wayside and it becomes its own plot about Namine, it kind of works, but who the heck is Kairi?
Ah!
For real, think about it. Who is Kairi?
Ah! You've just crushed me. There are people...
Consider, Aidan, that you could have played this game when you were younger and didn't own a PS2, and you could have fallen in love with Namine and not known who Kairi was.
That hurts my soul.
Alternate universes, alternate timelines, theories, lore. Did you know gaming?
I had a Game Boy.
Yeah, I know.
Oh wow.
You were an at-risk child.
What if I had? What if? Wow. Well, first of all, I then would not have played the other ones because I would have known something about the series, and you would have been like, "Hey, Aidan, this game that you know nothing about, let's play it."
Well, I don't know. Like, if you'd only played Chain of Memories, I wouldn't have cared. And I still like, because think about it. If you played this game, first also, if you played this game, let's say like 2006 or so, your memory of it and comprehension of it would have been limited. Sure, lost. That's fine. Yeah, the smell would have been too pungent for you to handle. And so, theoretically, in the year of 2015, or whenever we started watching Kingdom Hearts 1, even if you'd played Chain of Memories like a year ago, unless you play Riku's and, like, really pay attention to everything that he and Ansem say, like, you're not gonna know half of what happened in Kingdom Hearts 1. So, I mean, like, it's not that big of a deal.
Look, I was trying to create an alternate timeline.
Sorry, please continue with your alternate timeline. I was just saying.
In which I did not realize what trash I was for liking Namine instead of Kairi.
Yeah?
I can't believe there are people out there that don't know better.
I mean, she's there. She's mentioned. You see her sprite.
Well, right, but you don't know why she's important. You don't...
You just... Sora likes her, I guess.
But she's the one. She's the good one.
I see similar stuff happening a lot with, I don't see as many people going Birth by Sleep is the only one that I've played, partially because the PSP did not have as good an install base as the DS, where I know a lot of people who say that Days was their first game in the series, or the only game in the series that they're familiar with, which has led to, as you may know, some of these spin-off games star other characters. There's a lot of people who, like, are more inundated with those other characters than they are with, like, the Sora, Riku, and Kairi crew. And that's part of what's happened by, like, there's not that there isn't reason to like those characters, but it's just interesting to see how segregating the player base a little bit and sending people to different platforms and stuff, and people coming in at it into the series at really, like, drastically different times has kind of affected people's perception of things. Especially considering a game like this is really dependent upon the story of KH1 and to a lesser extent KH2.
Yeah.
It does, as we've said before, nice little self-contained story about Namine that you don't really need extra outside context for. The story about Riku, I feel like, doesn't work as well if you don't know his past, though the arc of redemption is still there.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's something that's kind of interesting. I don't know. That is, again, I think where I know a lot of people who played this one. I mean, I played this one first, but it's because I already knew about the rest. I was familiar with the rest of the series from the internet, and I didn't have a PS2, and I was like, I'll get the one that I can play.
Okay.
Because at the time, it was only those 3 that were out. I got into the series like a year or 2 before Days came out, I think. I don't remember for sure what my exact timeline was. Now, how are you feeling, though, Aidan? How about your Kingdom Hearts experience?
My knee's still going. Still amped. I'm enjoying it. I wouldn't say that it's free of suffering, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I know we talked about it a bit in that discussion episode, but
yeah.
You haven't seen nearly enough of this to really judge this fairly, but just with your limited experience with this one comparing to the Kingdom Hearts, the PS2 version, what are your thoughts like between the two of them beyond just like the writing stuff that we've already mentioned?
Well, I mean, obviously because the PlayStation has a better graphics card, you're gonna have a better looking game. It's just how it is. There's no part of me that goes, but I like how this one looks better. I do like the portraits. I feel like that, kind of like you said, because of the way that the dialogue and the portraits are set up, you can kind of make your own things there. And because you can kind of interpret it how you want, I feel like some of those made a lot more sense in this version than they did in the PS2 version. We've already talked about the lip sync not causing as many problems here. The dialogue, because of the lip sync, suffered in the PS2 one. But that's all stuff we've pretty much already said. It's not like story really changed.
Yeah, sure.
So it just kind of, I guess it depends on what's important to you. Do you like the better looking game, or do you like the better feeling game?
They're complementary,
Yeah.
It's an odd thing where you would say, like, there's aspects of the gameplay that work better here, aspects that are cooler or work better in the other version. You say, I want the pretty looking scenes, but then this one has the better script, and it's not just like the script. I feel like there, especially in that scene where Riku was leaving, if you recall the PS2 version, he's like he doesn't go, he looks kind of forlorn and sad in this version. In that version, he goes like, yeah, it's all right, I'll deal, and he walks out and he's like, sorry, you're a good guy. I don't need to be real to see how real your feelings are, and then he bails, right? And it's like he's much more like straight-faced and serious, and in this game he looked really like just down, which is not the script, it's the facial animation, because that scene had full facial animation in the PS2 version, but whatever. It's just differences. There's not a better version of the game. It's just, which is why Liam, previously of the Super Best Friends, now full-time streaming. He streamed Kingdom Hearts 1 HD a little while ago. He's moving on. He's doing Chain of Memories. He's streaming both versions. He's playing an hour of this and then playing an hour of the other version, and that's how he's going through the game. And I'm like, that's insanity. I can't believe he's doing that.
Yeah, no.
But whatever. Anyway,
I can't recommend doing that yet again unless you hate yourself.
No, that's a bad idea. Bad idea. But anyway, I guess that's finally the end of this little research ramble on Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories original Game Boy Advance version. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to another research ramble we'll be doing in a little bit, where we'll be playing, this will be after the Kingdom Hearts. If this comes out before the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough is out, I have no idea when this will be out, because I don't know when the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough is coming out. If this comes out first, don't worry, we're not putting alternate resources away from this or whatever. Aidan's not filming Kingdom Hearts 2 with me, so that's a different thing. She's not filming the full playthrough. We're gonna play the first couple of hours of 2, just kind of to
Yay!
We'll play like the first 2, 3, 4 hours or whatever, depending on how long it takes us.
Okay.
And we'll just check out the beginning of that game, because we've done like so much stuff together, you and I, that wasn't on the record, that I thought, it'd be fun to record a bit of it and get some legit first impressions for some stuff going on in the story.
Cool.
But yeah, we'll film that not today. We'll film that another day.
Oh yeah.
And you guys will see that at an uncertain point in the near future. Could be next week, could be a month from whenever you're watching this, because I have no idea when any of this stuff is coming out, because I'm super organized.